What's up, dudes and dudes here? Now, my name's Scyushi, and we're back in more Trove Burnout. It's been a while. Yeah. So this is going to end up being more so an update video, kind of letting you guys know. I'm going to do some dungeon stuff. Kind of letting you guys know what's been going on with me personally, why the Trove videos have slowed down exponentially. And generally speaking, wanted to talk about just life, projects that I'm working on. Consider this kind of like an update, because normally this would have been the next Luxian visit, but yeah, he's visiting next week, and I'll get more into that later. So I'm going to do some dungeons while we end up talking. First and foremost, I wanted to bring up the server stability issues, because I don't know if you guys have been having this on consoles. You can sound off in the comments if you have. Issues with the server lag and the servers randomly being offline every now and then. Have you guys had that? Because we've been having that a lot on PC. And I had my suspicions that it was related to the server migration. And then it kind of ended up getting confirmed totally by accident. But yeah, suffice to say, that's what's going on right now. No idea how long it's going to take, or if they have like a deadline or anything, but they're in the process of essentially swapping Trove servers from the cloud-based server to a physical server, which should have huge differences, like very noticeable changes to server stability. I honestly was shocked when I heard that Trove was on cloud servers this whole time. But at the same time, when I did hear that, I was like, oh, that totally makes sense for the for how random and all over the place it is. So what would possibly end up coming out of that is just the game running a lot better, not dealing with as much chunk errors and stuff like that when we're going into adventure worlds. I guess the big test will be whenever the next event ends up coming out. But this is the main reason why Trove has unfortunately not had any substantial updates. Which, you know, so every now and then I get some people walking in, you know, saying like, ah, man, what's going on with this game? Is this game dead yet? Kind of thing. Just, you know, people that are out of the loop and might just check in on these videos from time to time. Yeah, that's the main reason why we haven't had any big Trove updates. The devs were very transparent about that with their first community letter, basically saying that, yeah, server migration and VFX optimization have been their top priority, because that was the main thing that people requested in the Trove survey. But now I'm treading old ground, and we've already talked about all of that stuff, so let's move on. First of all, life stuff, which is most of all just related to baby Leon and just kind of giving you guys quick updates. So if you haven't checked out my latest vlog, you know, and then somebody ended up kind of almost setting our building on fire, so that was spooky. I am still working on the next vlog. I don't know why I still keep getting questions from you guys regularly. You know, like, are you still doing vlogs? It's like, yes, they just take a long time to make, because I'm just steadily recording like little clips here and there, and I don't really feel like I still feel like I need to have something worthwhile in the vlog, because otherwise it's just, hey, here's a bunch of clips. Anyways, suffice to say, I'm still working on the next one. The vlogs aren't going away anytime soon. It's just not like a super high priority for me to make those videos or anything like that. Plus, I gotta constantly copy the files off of my phone and whatever else. But with all of that said, what has been going on with baby Leon? Well, you will see this in the next vlog, but he's starting to get like a lot more conscious. So he's actually starting to like grab things with his hands, which is a pretty big deal, just because he wasn't doing that before. Like if we put like a toy in front of him, he kind of like, he doesn't have full motor function yet, but he'll still like kind of grab it and then like hold on to it. And when we're feeding him, if the bottle is light enough, he'll actually try his best to grab it and hold it. And sometimes he actually holds it for quite a while, but not really like, you know, it's not at the point yet where he's like actively doing it. But he's very, very conscious of us when we're in the room with him and stuff. He's very much a Velcro baby, which is the term that sounds, it means exactly what it sounds like. The second we put him down, he starts whining. So we gotta like hold him and, you know, calm him down. And then when he finally settles down, then we can put him down. Just playing with him a lot, having a lot of fun with him. He's such a sweet baby. Like, my God, you guys have seen in the vlogs, he's the most adorable ever. And especially he's like laughing a lot, and well, not a lot, but a lot for us. But the main thing is there's just nothing like waking up in the morning. You know, my wife will usually be like taking care of him, and then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll go say, hi, baby. And then, you know, he'll just like sit there kind of deadpan and then go, And it's just the cutest thing ever. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on in terms of just life stuff, is most of all just baby Leon. I'm starting to get back into the swing of things with the gym. So just for those of you that are out of the loop, in my vlogs, I kind of talked about the fact that the gym has always kind of been a low priority to me because I am both self-employed and a workaholic, if you consider playing video games work. Most people don't, but I do. But anyways, suffice to say, I am starting to very much make sure in my mind that I consider the gym just as important as getting work done, because otherwise I will prioritize work and just sit on my butt editing or like recording and stuff. And then by the time I'm done, I'm ready for bed and I'm in no mood to go to the gym. So I've been trying to be a bit more proactive towards that and just kind of mentally making the gym like more of a priority. And you know, it's been great for me just because the gym has always been like a personal hobby, and it's also something that's a huge decompressor for me in terms of stress. And I need to be on the ball with that, because otherwise I don't like having stress, you know, go towards other aspects of my life, whether it be towards work or, you know, the wife or baby or whatever. And you know, it's not like anything's gotten super out of control. It's just, I'm a human being, so sometimes I get snappy and whatever else. But anyway, on top of all of that, you know, combined with baby Leon and just trying to deal with life stuff, what's basically been going on is during the week, the wife will end up going to work around like 2 p.m. my time. So that gives me the goblin hour to get work done. So like right now I'm recording this video at like maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. And then I'm gonna get it all ready, get it good to go, and then schedule the upload for like 7 a.m. my time. And then that's, you know, when you guys are seeing this video right now. That way I can go to bed without worrying about getting my uploads done for the day, because I don't like trying to balance that with Leon, because he is a full-time job, basically. Like when I'm home alone with him, I'm just taking care of him the whole time. Usually he's pretty good. If I end up like strapping him to me, he'll fall asleep, but it's very distracting, and so usually I'll end up doing a lot of editing during that time, maybe recording, but he doesn't usually let me record that much, because in my normal speaking voice, like he's starting to actually, again, he's getting more conscious of things, so when I start talking, he kind of like jumps and kind of wakes up and stuff, so I don't know. He's used to noise when he's sleeping, but suffice to say, and that's the key word today, saying suffice to say, because I just keep repeating that. Comment in the comments how many times I've said it so far. But yeah, anyway, that's the main reason why things have kind of slowed down, not only with Trove, but just everything on the channel. I mean, you know, you guys probably haven't even noticed a difference because I'm still posting multiple videos a day because I'm a freak. But a lot of that's just me stocking it up and getting it ready. And generally speaking, like, I have always been the type of person where I upload at least a single video a day. The only times I'll ever miss that is if I'm sick or if I'm on a trip, or if I'm just so like not in the mood that I just completely skip the day and take the day off. Okay, sure, but it doesn't happen often. And more often, I'll usually upload more than one video a day because reasons. Anyways, baby Leon has kind of helped me to get my ass in gear, basically. And so I am working a lot harder to kind of adhere to a schedule. Because normally, like you guys know, before baby Leon was born, I was basically like streaming all the time, and I would just end up having like random videos pretty much come out here and there. There was really, it was very unorthodox. And I'm not saying that I don't still have like a randomness to the way that I end up doing things, because that's just kind of the type of person that I am. But when it comes to the Trove content and live streams in particular, I just don't have the time anymore. And so I've been really prioritizing, like, okay, I need to, like, there's this other game that I really want to play tonight and I really want to record, but I got to work first. You work first, then play. You know, it's like, oh, I got to get this Trove video done, for example, before I can get to editing some other videos. And it's kind of helped a lot just with my own like mental well-being to have that kind of routine where I'm trying my best to stay on a routine, which isn't going to last forever because of the type of psycho person that I am. I don't adhere to routine and rules and stuff. So I'll probably end up having my schedule completely ruined over the following week, because there's quite a few other things that are coming you know, over the following week in terms of showcases and stuff, which I'll get into. Now, on top of my very busy schedule of taking care of baby, why has the Trove slowed down? Because I've been taking a break. You know, just like I said earlier, the point is that Trove hasn't really had any substantial updates for me to like cover or report on. And frankly speaking, the last Luxian update or the last Luxian visit, I completely burned myself out because I was streaming the game every day and I was having to, you know, grind for like multiple hours every day just to end up getting a bunch of Luxian resources. And I'm probably still going to end up doing that when Luxian comes back on the 23rd. But frankly speaking, I think that I'm going to kind of, sometimes I might log in and get the grind done without doing it as a stream. Because I know that for a lot of you guys, those streams were kind of just dull because it's just the same thing over and over. I mean, you know, this is a much broader issue when it comes to being a YouTuber, is this day and age, you can't usually just get away with, you know, streaming for an hour and doing the same repeated content over and over, even when it comes to Trove. And so that's kind of something that I've been trying to reevaluate and take a little bit more seriously with the YouTube side of things. Like there's some games that I'll play and I know, oh, this isn't going to be popular on the channel. So I just upload it and make it for members only, just because it's like, I may as well not, you know, may as well make it upload for members rather than just deleting it. It's not that you guys are like missing out by not being members. It's more so just, I would have scrapped it otherwise kind of mentality. Now, as for incentive for memberships and just merch and whatever else, I did want to talk transparent and be candid with you guys about some plans that I have that it will probably take a while to execute. One thing is, you've noticed that in my playthroughs, I'll usually end up having like an insane amount of cuts. Like the last big playthrough was Tinkerlands, where I ended up having the entire game all in like a single 1 hour video. So that was a lot of work because that was like 15 hours of gameplay. But what I've been thinking is if I can somehow get the recording process streamlined in such a way that I could just have the unedited version, like the full 15-hour playthrough for members, I think that would be kind of cool. The reason that I haven't done that yet is because the way that I'm recording these playthroughs is a little bit unorthodox. Either I'll just be recording for like hours on end and just leave my recording going basically in case something exciting happens, or I've been experimenting with just recording clips every now and then of something interesting happening. And usually like when it comes to a single player game especially, like I'm pretty good at gauging like an interesting moment that's worth talking about. And so it'll be like, oh, here's something cool, let me talk about it, and then just grab the last 45-second clip instead of filling up my hard drive with like 15-hour videos. Instead, I'm just filling it with small little replay clips that I can then splice together, and it's a lot easier for editing. Like for example, there's that other game that I just uploaded the other day called Project Silverfish. I've been playing through that one and plan on doing a full playthrough in like, you know, a standard 1 hour video or something like that. And just the other day, for example, I was playing for 6 hours and having the replay clips, I ended up having like maybe an hour's worth of footage. So what that basically translates into for someone that doesn't edit is it was either the difference of leaving my recording software going the whole time and having 6 hours worth of footage taking up hard drive space, or grabbing 45-second clips of highlight moments that ultimately equaled out to only an hour's worth of footage, which made it so much easier for me to edit down and siphon through. Now, that's not the full game by any means. I'm just saying that the other day I got around to recording 6 hours worth of clips. It's just something that I'm experimenting with. Now, the main reason that I'm getting at this, to loop it back around to the extended version of the video for members, is if I am just doing the 45-second clips, then there's not much rhyme or reason to have an extended version of the video completely unedited, because I don't have the entire playthrough completely unedited, if you know what I mean. So one thing that I could possibly do is private live streams where I just have it streaming in the background, and then I end up setting that to members afterwards so you can see the entire recording session raw and uncut. But it does mean that you aren't going to get like the full playthrough. So it's just something that I want to experiment with. But I've beaten this topic to death. Let's move on and talk a little bit about merch. I did come up with a couple other ideas that I don't really want to talk about publicly yet, but these are some ideas that I came up with like maybe a month or two ago, and it's taking me this long to actually work on it. So it's just going to end up being like some funny text shirts. Like, I don't know why this whole time I haven't ever had like a Trove shirt. I don't know if I'm going to add like a voxel trumpet to it or something, just to push the meme. I don't know. I need to dedicate some time to overhauling some of my merch in the store. I know that because it's pretty out of date, but I kind of ended up getting pretty satisfied with my merch. And then on top of that, I also got a little distracted with changing my logo over and over again. You guys might notice, you know, I had the Majora's Mask logo, and then I was just like, why the hell do I have Majora's Mask instead of my skull guy? And then now there's part of me that thinks, oh man, is that samurai helmet a little too complicated for like a logo? I should have it as just the hoodie guy again. And it's like, nope, just leave it alone, you psychopath. But okay, let's talk about some upcoming games and upcoming projects that I'm planning on doing. So speaking of the extended playthrough, you know, where it's widely unedited for members and then severely cut down for the rest of you, System Shock 2. I am very, very excited for the System Shock 2 remaster, dude. You guys have no idea. I know it's not going to be a popular series on the channel or anything, but I'm really excited for it. Even to the point that I might just have the entire playthrough uncut on the channel rather than having cuts. You know, similar to what I ended up doing with the Thief playthroughs back, you know, last year or whatever with Black Parade and Thief 1. I still want to do Thief 2 at some point, and Deus Ex and Arx Fatalis, a bunch of like really old boomer games that you guys don't know that I never played through, but I always heard good things about them, and I know they're right up my alley. I never knew I was into immersive sim games as much as I have been until I ended up playing the original System Shock 1 remake. Suffice to say, I'm very excited for the System Shock 2 remaster, and I'm looking forward to playing that. Just in general, even if it's not something that I end up streaming or having too many videos of it on the channel or anything like that, you know? Speaking of stuff that's not really on the channel, I finally got around to playing that Game of the Year Expedition 33. I made that video members only because it was a little bit too negative in its tone overall, because frankly speaking, I didn't like the game. I thought it was boring as hell. And if you want to know more about my opinion on that, I mean, just watch the member video. It's like $2 or something, and you get like hundreds of members videos. Moving on, another thing that I'm working on is I still want Trove on the Nintendo Switch. I did let the devs know about it. They have relayed it to the people in charge, so I really hope that they actually end up putting Trove on the Switch 2, or making it work on the Switch 2, I should clarify. And then also, if they can get mouse support, that would be awesome, but I don't think they're going to do that. I might have to DM the dev and say, hey, can you make sure that it actually has the Switch 2 mouse support? Because that would be very cool. Okay, what else do I got on my list? I'm working on doing a video review of the Pro Controller 2 for the Switch 2, but I want to play games other than Mario Kart with it, because I haven't really been able to play a game that uses like the right joystick or even using the back triggers or anything like that. But so far, it's a phenomenal controller, if not the best console controller on the market. It's just so good. I just wish that it had Hall effect, because I'm worried stick drift is going to kick in. Another game that might end up coming this week, if it doesn't end up coming today, because you never know, Metroid Prime 4. You guys probably already saw my other short little video that basically talked about how somebody spotted in a subway, like a super public area in London, there's a Metroid Prime 4 poster, and the banner literally says "out now." So either somebody got fired, or the game is planning on coming out like so soon that they accidentally might have put it up like a couple days early. I'm really hoping it's the latter, because if it is, then I will immediately start streaming Metroid Prime 4. Even if I have to have baby Leon strapped to me and snoring in the mic, I don't care, because I am very excited for Metroid Prime 4. You know what else I'm excited for? Donkey Kong Bonanza. If you guys haven't watched the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct, my God, it looks like the best platformer that's ever been created. It is jam-packed with so much content, and I can't wait to play it. Not only just because the game looks so fun, but the destructible environment. It's basically like Trove using bombs on things. But it has like a function. So think about like if you're in like a big old cave in Trove, but there would be like an item that you could dig to that was like in the distance. Like it just looks, it is so fun. Destruction in video games is something that's very underutilized in the gaming industry, but is one of my all-time favorite things, which I'll get into more detail with that when I do my Donkey Kong Bonanza review, because I already have some ideas. Blah. But okay, let's talk about some stuff that you guys can actually expect soon TM, rather than, oh, these are tentative projects that are coming down the line. I do plan on doing some more lost connection to game server. No, I do plan on doing some more Fantasy Life guides. I am kind of planning on doing some Cubic Odyssey guides, but I don't know if I'm going to actually get around to that. Is it my internet that's messed up again? Because it disconnected earlier today. Or the Trove devs are in, you know, they're actually like at work now and starting to migrate the servers again, because this is what keeps happening on PC. So I'll try to wrap this up, because it looks like we're just stuck on this screen for the rest of the video. Oh, Mario Kart. I do want to stream that more. I just haven't really had the time. I still haven't played online because I've been saving that experience to have with you guys. And then I did end up mentioning that Luxian's coming next week, but there's also a couple showcases coming next week. I'd have to double check the dates, but we have a Little Nightmares showcase. What the hell? The only thing that could be is them confirming the Little Nightmares 3 release date. If they shadow drop it, cool. But otherwise, I'm expecting it to be like maybe September or something like that. I don't know. More importantly, we have a Capcom Showcase, and that's going to talk about like Monster Hunter Wilds and a bunch of our games, but it's also going to talk about Resident Evil 9, which that is the only reason I'm going to be watching that show. I'll do my best to do live reactions to all of those. I think the Little Nightmares one might be a little bit too early though, so I might sleep in. We'll see what happens. And lastly, I just want to say thank you guys for your patience and support. It has been kind of risky, me taking a bit of a back seat towards like trying to do Trove videos every day and trying to do streams every day and stuff like that. I've been trying a new approach to the channel where less is more, and I think it's been doing well. I might be severely mistaken. I guess I'll know when I end up getting my paycheck. But the point being is that what I'm doing right now is very sustainable while raising my baby boy. And that's kind of the most important thing for me. So I hope that it's sustainable as far as a job and YouTube is concerned, because the algorithm kind of hates me right now. In any case, thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel. New merch is coming soon, TM. It's probably gonna take me like a year because it depends how lazy I am. But yeah, I hope that you I hope you ended up enjoying this video, and hopefully it kind of rectified a lot of questions that I've been seeing more commonly in the comments.